Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me at this LABRC conference. I am Céline Marie Vidal, and today we'll talk about cyclical wisdom and how it creates pathways for feminine leadership, creativity, and spirituality. Before I kick in, just a few words about me. My daily job is as a volcanologist and lecturer of geography at the University of Cambridge. I also work as a Red School menstruality mentor, a role in which I facilitate women's circles, fostering deep reconnection with intrinsic feminine intuition and wisdom by teaching cycle awareness, which is what I'm going to talk about today. I facilitate the circles for the public and also for Cambridge University students and staff. I am a yoga teacher in the tantric tradition of Kashmir. And on my lost hours, I am an artist and I have exhibited work in London and Cambridge. My current project explores the feminine in sacred texts through body printing on recycled dolls, merging the physical and the spiritual in a symbolic practice. I have spent about the last 8 years of my academic research, working in tribal Eastern Africa. And my teachings, academic or not, they weave together cyclical and earth wisdom, gathered from both modern science and ancient or indigenous traditions. I often get asked, how do you do all of that? To which I always reply, well, A, I don't have children yet, and B, I follow the guidance of my menstrual cycles, which most of the time takes my interlocutor by surprise. But what if the woman's cycle was a compass for daily living? What if the experiences we navigate through our female body are not a curse, but they have been framed as such for so long that we have forgotten their meaning? Even after decades of sexual liberation, we are still living in a society and culture made by and for men. Despite the gains of some crucial rights, we have not liberated our bodies the feminine way. We are still longing for something that's missing because we're ignoring the science and wisdom of cycles. But from stars to tectonic plates, from the climate to cells of living species, everything in the universe follows the sacred law of cycles, that of growth and decay, of rise and fall, of expansion and contraction, of birth and death, of light and darkness. But our modern culture, disconnected from nature's wisdom and obsessed with constant growth and fear of decline and death, has erased the archetypal feminine force inherent in descent. The power that lies into slowing down, resting, and surrendering to transformation. For millennia, patriarchal systems have marginalized the feminine where it once used to rule, and in creativity, leadership, and spirituality, and shaping an education that trains women in the linear ways of men and disconnecting us from the intuitive, cyclical intelligence rooted into our body. But the cyclical nature of creation lives within us. We carry this embodied blueprint of wisdom preserved through the rhythms of the menstrual and lunar cycles. The practice of cycle awareness, even well beyond the cycling years, offers a pathway to reclaiming this ancestral knowledge by unlocking intuitive and personal tools for leadership, creative expression, and spiritual connection. From menarche, which is the first period, until post-menopause, the body moves through inner seasons that mirror nature's ecology, each bringing its own guidance. Spring for dreaming and initiating, summer for action and commitment, autumn for meeting the inner critic for discernment and letting go, and winter for rest and renewal. Meeting ourselves each day with the powers available to us and tending to the tasks of each season is a reclamation of our inner oracle and the key for ultimate resilience. This practice restores our connection to what is sacred. It fuels creativity and it defines our own leadership blueprint. When we restore and engage with this innate ecology, we bring balance not only to our own lives, but also to our communities and the environment. The experiences we navigate through our body from menarche to postmenopause are not a curse. They are awakeners to our deeper calling, to what we are here to serve, guided by the innate feminine intelligence of this female body. How do we access that? Well, by reframing our story of shame into a story of power, by going back into relationship with a long forgotten secret. So today I'm going to read you a story, and I invite you to hear it. It's a story I wish I had been told, and a story I wrote for my nieces, for my friends' daughters, for my sisters, for my mother, for my grandmothers, for all the women. It is the story, the experience of my own cycle and broken matrilineage called me to write. I invite you just for this moment to forget everything you've been told and receive it with the innocence of new beginnings, the innocence of the child you once were in the first spring of your life. Illustrations are by Trinidadian artist Daniel Boudou Fortuné. Text is by me. You are born in this world, cloaked in the innocence of forgetting, unaware of an ancient secret long lost. A secret that has slipped from the collective memory of women and men of our civilization. There are a few hidden tribes on Earth who still know this secret. They protected it from the civilization that colonized their land. The secret lies dormant, awaiting to be discovered once more. For it is locked inside of you, of me, and of all women. It is precious, because it holds the key to the survival of our species and of all that is alive on Earth that we depend upon. Since it has been forgotten, humans are lost. They have left nature, leaving it to die and dying slowly with it. You carry a temple inside of you. It is small but magical. It is delicate but powerful. It holds the key of life, the secret of creation. This temple, you can feel it inside, all the way down into your belly. We call it the womb. When you love someone a lot, it sparkles. When something unfair happens to you or to another living being, it becomes burning hot like a volcano. When someone wants to hurt you and you want to scream, the volcano is rumbling, ready to erupt. Sometimes you feel a lot of pleasure and the temple fills with warm, sweet waves that ripple throughout your whole body. When you're afraid, the temple shuts down and tightens like a dried fruit. So you see, your temple allows you to know deeply if you are safe or in danger, if you really want something or not. Ever since women forgot this secret, men forgot it too. Women who don't feel their temple or listen to its voice no longer hear the great secret in their body. Most of us feel that there is no space for us as women in this world, and we feel lost. Sometimes even doctors tell women to take medicine and the temple stops working. The voice of the temple then switches off and the sparkles, the warm, the cold, the waves, the silence are no longer felt. It is just like taking medicine to stop the heart from beating. Soon, the magic of the temple fades like a wilting flower. It is not the doctor's fault, because they don't know. They don't know because their mothers, their grandmothers, their aunts and sisters have forgotten. And it's not their fault either. Nobody knows the secret, got lost. And since then, we push ourselves to live like if the temple doesn't exist. From the day you were born, your temple has grown within you. And one day, it is ready to help you create. It becomes your guide to be a woman in the world. When this day comes, your temple does a very big, deep clean and pours everything into a dark red river. You might feel some pinching or pain that day, or maybe you don't notice a thing. Maybe you feel you need to sleep more, to talk less, or to seek solitude. This day is the very first day of your first cycle. From this moment in your life, the temple's voice guides you with even more clarity than before. There are days when you feel vulnerable, days when you feel very strong, days when you want to break everything, and days when you feel sad. And also days when life seems so beautiful, there are tears of joy in your eyes. There are even days when you feel you're dying, and others when you feel you are born again. Sometimes you want to be with nature, sit against a tree, roll in the grass, jump in the water, dance, sing, or hug someone you love very, very tight. In those moments, you understand in your body the great secret of life. You are connected to all living things. Earth, sky, clouds, stars, rivers, plants, rocks, animals, and your human sisters and brothers. The red river comes back at each cycle like the moon appears and disappears from the sky at the rhythm of the temple. And each cycle you feel all the seasons of nature within you. Winter, spring, summer, autumn. When you listen to your temple's message every day, you can feel when to say yes and when to say no, when to fight and when to surrender, when you have energy to do many things and when to rest. And then one day, maybe you feel that your womb is ready to host a baby. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. And if life appears, you will feel it growing into your womb. You might even give birth to a baby and feel the greatest gift of creation. Or maybe not. Maybe your baby will not be ready and the life you were feeling will turn into death. You will feel a great loss, invisible to the world, but that you share with most women around you. In their stories and in nature, you will find solace by pouring your grief into valleys and watch your tears feed nature everywhere the rivers run. Then you will understand that life and death are either side of a portal, so that when something seems to disappear, it is transformed into something else. And every time death happens, you understand life even better. One day, many, many years after the first cycle, the red rivers slowly disappear, like the tide that recedes. When this time comes, many things transform in your life and in your body. You become the one who teaches others how to live through listening to the temple's voice. You share the wisdom gathered from all the messages you receive throughout your cycling life. Your mission is to listen to the song that rises from your womb. It guides you all your life. It is always with you, your compass. But alone, you won't always have the capacity to be the gatekeeper of your temple every day. So you will find sisters who listen to their womb and they will be here for you. Maybe there will be brothers too. They will be your tribe. If your temple isn't guarded by you and your tribe, it might stop singing. If you are in danger, the Red River might even pause for a while. Remember that most people don't know this secret or have forgotten it. Don't resent them, because the secret has been lost for a very long time. But when you share how to live in tune with the sacred song of the temple, you can inspire those around you who don't know this secret. Someday, when enough women listen to the sacred song of the temple, humans will find balance with nature again, and the great river of life will flow unbounded. Thank you. Time has come for us to break the multi-millennial intergenerational trauma caused by the annihilation of the divine feminine wisdom. Cycle awareness is the remedy for our times. May it spread loud and far. May it heal our wounds and may it heal the wound of our civilization. May it bring us back home. Amen. If you're interested in pre-ordering the book, you can scan the QR code here to join the mailing list. There are also the details of my website and social media. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to the other talks.